Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of, not episode 7, of DISLYTE. And today we're going to be reading the first ever patch notes I've seen for this game. So I'm as excited as you are, and I'm kind of curious how they handle things, and we're going to find out together. So to start things off, they'll be taking DISLYTE offline for a short time, for 2 hours. Wow, maintenance in 2 hours instead of like 20. That's kind of surprising. That's new. Level 5 plus players at the time of the update will receive 200 Nexus crystals, so 1 pull. A little bit underwhelming for that, not gonna lie, but it is what it is. And we have some new espers here. They're actually looking like they're giving some abilities and everything too here. So Ollie, Osiris, which we have seen already. If you didn't see the showcase video of what they look for, make sure you check that out. That was yesterday. And Ollie is a fighter esper with support abilities capable of preventing allies from dying. We kind of knew that's what his passive was. It was like a revive thing. Osiris himself, I think it was Osiris, Osiris is based off of like resurrection and stuff, so it just made sense. Ollie's first ability, Hoof Strike, deals damage to an enemy with a chance of inflicting silence. So automatically I can see maybe like a counter set might be pretty sick with him, because counter set in this game is only 2 pieces, so that is fantastic. Going back to the summoner's roots where counter is 2 pieces instead of 4. And when an ally esper takes a fatal hit, his passive Salvific Judgments grants Salvific Judgments to prevent them from dying, as well as invincibility and recovery, and inflicts Law of Duat on the attacker. Okay, I don't know what Law of Duat is. I guess we'll figure that out later. Either way, when somebody dies on your team, it's going to give them invincibility and recovery and Law of Duat on the attacker. There's got to be like a pretty big cooldown on this. Like, I can't imagine this is going to trigger more than once. This also seems like a pretty insane ability to have on a offensive unit, right? Because this isn't a support, it's not a healer, this is a fighter. And Ollie's third ability, Law of Duat. Oh, does this literally, okay, so if somebody on your team dies, he's gonna just trigger his skill 3. Either way, deals damage to the enemy with additional damage based on the target's max HP, inflicts defense down, and taunt to them. That does make sense. We saw that in the video as well. And then we have the Ascension and additional damage based on the target's max HP and inflicts defense down and grants the caster invincibility. So he has a lot of shenanigans going here, right? Like, we've got the protection of his teammate, and then once he gets his turn, or once he protects somebody, he's going to provoke them and then also give himself invincibility. This seems like a pretty nutso kit. Just looking at it here, he's got defense down as well, would actually makes him maybe useful in PvE. Probably doubtful there, but maybe. Holy. And then we have, well, I don't know what I expected of him, but that seems pretty OP, but it is Osiris, right? Like, that does make sense. So we've got Laura Neath, and she's the 4-star summoned 4-star shimmer to an esper. She's a support esper who grants a shield to all allies and counterattacks the attacker when her shield is destroyed or dispelled. Oh lord, we're already into the counter meta. Laura's first ability, Shield Attack, deals damage to the enemy based on her attack and match HP with the chance of inflicting silence. Another silence, 2 silences on first skills. After each allied esper takes action, her passive ability, Shield Guardian, grants the ally shield, which absorbs damage based on her max HP, not the other esper, hers. And when it's destroyed or dispelled by the enemy, she has a chance to counterattack. It's kind of weird they don't say the specific chance for to counterattack here, but this looks like a sick thing too. And her third ability grants crit resist to all allied espers and a shield. And of course, when the shield is destroyed, she has a chance to counterattack. Can be drawn from the gold record player. Source. The gold record player will unlock a probability up event this event, increasing your chance to acquire Ollie. Okay. And then we have Nicole Nepethys, which is support esper who can revive and take damage for allies while granting them defense up, invincibility. This is insane, right? First ability, Spiral Strike, deals damage to the enemy based on their max HP with a chance of inflicting sear. So I really like this, but I also really dislike this, because one of the only things my Tevor brings to the table is sear, which increases the damage taken by the enemy. I don't know who else does it. I just know my Tevor does it, and that's all he's good for. So having this random support do it too is kind of sad to me, but it is what it is. It's a pretty good, it's actually an insane ability. Adding sear adds so much damage to the boss. It's like another layer of defense break almost. And her second ability, Dead Man's Protection, grants Soul Guard to an ally's esper. And when it revives an allied esper, she immediately grants some standoff and recovery. I don't know what standoff is. And Soul Guard, part of the damage taken by the carrier will be redistributed to the caster. The carrier, when interesting, revives immediately and restores a certain amount of HP. Wow. So there's so much revive, get back up, counterattack. Kind of seems like a bunch of oppressive skills. So I'm interested to see how this is going to work, right? And then we have our third ability, Spinning Wrap. This deals damage to all enemies based on her max HP, granting defense up and invincibility again to all allied espers, and Soul Guard to the ally with the lowest HP. That's insane, right? Like, these are all nuts for PvP especially. And then we have Meredith Scylla. So she possesses powerful lifesteal and support abilities. Her first ability, Sonic Venom, attacks an enemy with a chance of inflicting poison. That's really good on a skill 1. Poison is fantastic for a lot of the dungeons that a lot of you may be struggling with, right? And her second ability, Sonic Shield, restores a certain amount of HP and grants defense up and crit resist to an allied esper. Okay, so this is only to one allied esper, which is a little bit sad. And also, crit resist doesn't usually go too well with poison, right? Because poison, from what I've seen so far, is primarily used for PvE, whereas crit resist is kind of something you use for PvP. Her third ability, Hand of Scylla, reduces the max HP of an enemy by a certain percentage and restores HP to all allies equal to a portion of damage dealt. And if an ally's esper's HP is above a certain ratio, grants speed up. Okay, so interesting. That's an out there kit. I don't really know what to think about this, but we'll have to see with her multipliers and stuff like that. Source, this esper can only be acquired in the event. Oh yeah, that makes sense. She's a free unit. That's why she's all messed up. That makes more sense. And then we have Hollow Battle Overview. This mode unlocks at squad level 30 and can be accessed via the bottom. Participants raise club ranking. Cool. Formation set time Sunday to Monday. Make sure if you're in Mangoville, you set your defenses ASAP. Let me know in the comments below if you want to join as well. Send me a PM on Discord if you're higher level and we can try to get you in. I'm not going to read all this, but basically just PvP for Guild Wars. And the Lone Star here is an event map here as well. The Oasis and the Chase. There's also going to be an event shop. Basically, your typical event for a gacha game. You all know what's going on here. And you're going to be able to get Meredith. Scylla can only be acquired from the event shops. Make sure you do this. Also to note, she will be added to the Gold Record Player after the event has closed for a period of time. So she won't be limited specifically to this. We also have Osiris probability up. Let's see if they say anything specific for it. The chance of getting legendary Esper Ollie is doubled, so you're not guaranteed, just doubled, which isn't very much by the looks of it. Yeah. It doesn't look very much, right? Because double, like, 0.1% or whatever it is chance to get them is not much, unless I'm reading that wrong. One legendary Esper is guaranteed in the next summon after 119, so I don't know how long this is going to last. 13 days? Do you really think people are going to get that many summons in 13 days? I'm kind of stressed about this with how insane his skill set is. I'm really interested to see how people feel about this system as we go. We also added 4 heart discs to the DJ contest with bounties added, name cards added, adjustments, standoff buff change. When in the standoff state, an Esper becomes immune to AP down. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So if we go back to one of the characters here, they gave standoff. They gave standoff, and it was one of the support units. And giving somebody standoff will essentially make it so they can't be pushed back, right? Which is pretty good, especially for somebody that has invincibility, maybe, which is what they would have. What else here? Online Union Shop exchange, relic market changes. Relic prices have been changed to the following: 1 star 300 to 1,000, 5 star 3,500 to 4,000. Okay. Optimize the stories. Cool. Maybe they freaking fixed that. Tweak the boss abilities. I heard people were really complaining about that, so kind of interested in that. Slightly increase the difficulty of hard mode. Cool. Slightly increase levels in easy. Okay, cool. There's a lot going on here. Sorry, I'm trying to read as much as I can without going overboard. Slightly lower the probability of dropping advanced experiment and practice stages and increases gold yield. Full yield I've noticed has been atrocious, so I hope that is increased as well. Also added another 2 gold records that people are going to get. Following the update, the number of people who can explore Yeswa's Ripple Dimension. Oh, nice. This has been the bane of my existence. I'm sitting at 25 copies of Yeswa, and I would love to have 30 out of 30. I don't know if I'll use it right away, but I'm really wanting to get that. It's so frustrating to spam, like to be in a channel waiting for Yeswa to spawn and click it immediately, split second, and having it full already. I really feel like there's people running bots and stuff for it, and auto clickers and stuff like that too. So cool. Oh, esper balance changes. Okay, so Ura's got a buff. You buffed Ura's to be insane? Okay, that's nuts. Una's did not need 35% speed boost in Hollow Battle. He was already bonkers. Pritzer, nice. Okay, this is good for me. This gives me a 25% speed lead in Hollow Battle as well. Jian Miang, I don't know who that is, but 30% attack. Taylor as well. I think I have him, increases HP. Okay, what else? There's so much. This is insane for a first patch. So we added the skin pack Moon Goddess for Mona, Artemis, and Plaza. During the event, it will be sold at a discounted price. There is no immediate way to get the skin after the event. If the available purchase for at its original price in the plaza after a period of time. So it looks like it's not limited. You'll be able to get it later, but not at the same price. Warm-up packs, spend money. Bugfist is here. Cool. And preview new content. Divine Sequencer will be released in future updates. Cool. Okay, so that was a lot of stuff. I hopefully covered that good enough. There's tons of stuff here. The characters all look pretty nutso. Osiris looks pretty nutso as well. That looks like a bonkers kit, so I'm really excited to try that out. So yeah, let me know what you think so far. Let me know what character you're excited for personally, and I'll talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.